All right, everybody, welcome back. Laser Jesus here, alongside me tonight. Ricky getting replaced by Bach. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, and I gotta say, it's kind of interesting. I've been casting with RGN for about 3 months now, and somehow Laser and I have never casted together. So this is a first for us. We're popping our casting cherries together, so should be interesting. We haven't actually gotten to cast together because every time it's supposed to happen, there's some kind of technical error. So it'll be it should be fun.
Right. Saved from some technical error within the next few minutes, and yes, it's going to happen. Yeah, it's been so long that you've been here and we haven't casted once. The stars aligned one time before, but wasn't meant to be. But yeah, Heat here just got dropped into the lower bracket, and Double All was very quiet in that match, so really needs to step it up here for his team in the best of one, because you don't want to lose 2 in a row with poor performances. So look for that op from Double, and I think this was the map that he went crazy on before and dropped something like a 30 bomb. I'm not entirely certain, I could be wrong, but look for Double to step it up here against Heat. Alright, so BackFire here starting on the CT side versus Heat. Once again, loser faces elimination from the tournament. Only a best of 1 tonight. And for 3 for 3 now, all pistol rounds are going to be A hits on or with a smoke take. I don't know if you're watching the previous match, Bach, but it's pretty much a mirror. 3 out apartments. Here they come. BackFire. Only 1 inside the bomb site now, and the smokes are cutting the bomb site in half. And now Heat makes their way into the CT spawn side with a bunch of players. That's 3 for Heat. They can actually wrap into B if they wanted. There's only 1 member of BackFire inside of the CT spawn to rotate, still being stifled to the connector. And now 3 members of BackFire in the connector, and they take control of the CT spawn. So this is looking great for Heat. The BackFire rotate is all coming from the same spot, so Crossfire is going to be super effective, and they do trade. Down to 2 CTs, they make their way up, but Imp with that CZ is going to drop 1, down to a 1 versus 2 Imp. The last CT remaining, and again, the Heat setup is very potent right now. Tomcho from the spawn, delaying as much as possible, finally gets that Tech 9 frag in Heat with a nice first round A take, and now BackFire. Are they going to scout up? We've seen that twice now.
That's kind of the default play when you're on the eco after losing pistol on Mirage. You put a scout in window, you can get some easy frags in mid. You can rotate through into jungle and try and take guys out as they make that push on A, because 9 times out of 10, if you win the pistol round, you're going A with the rifles that you're buying up. You're not going to go B. B is kind of the standard for the eco strat. So, and we do see Heat here setting up for this A take. Looks like they're going to get into position for the smoke take. Pretty much a standard here. Smoke stairs, jungle, and CT. And I kind of am a little confused. BackFire in the last round, they had to know that that was coming. I mean, they only had 1 man in sight. It was a little bit of an odd setup. This round, though, they're on the eco, and Toy's going to pick one up early. That's Frisco down, compliments of the 5.7, a pistol that has become recently insane to use. Not quite as good as its Tech 9 counterpart, but still equally deadly. And these CTs are already stacked up in sight here. They got 4 players here, and they're setting up decent crossfire. Not able to get a frag on Prism, though. Demise does go down. They've got a man on stairs and a man in jungle, 1 underneath, and it's working out wonderfully. Fruit, Toy, and Fruit. Oh my goodness, 3 for Fruit, 1 for Toy. An excellent setup there, and Heat just taking way too long to get into the site. BackFire punishes them devastatingly so with their pistols.
Yeah, it seems like BackFire there, they just rushed. Once they got that first pick, Heat kind of fell apart mentally. I mean, they just wanted revenge on that kill, I guess, because they just made their way kind of hastily into the A bomb site, into a stack of BackFire. And that's as bad as it gets after you win the first pistol. And now, suddenly, they are the ones ecoing, and again, they're going to go for A. So 3 for 3 inside the A bomb site here, and only 1 in the site. He goes down immediately. Are we going to see back-to-back ecos? Heat looking like last round for BackFire. These pistols just reigning supreme so far in this match. But now down to a 3-on-2. When the dust settles inside of the A-bomb site, both BackFire members coming up from connector. They really favor this connector rotate so far. Just want to overwhelm with brute force numbers instead of going for any flanks. See if it works out for them. Heat has 1 rifle to their names. Odger, there it is, with the rifle, takes down Toy. Imp with a shotgun. He's got to do it with a shotty to 1 versus 3. There's the first one. He whips out the CZ. It takes so long to pull out, but he gets the second one with a shotty. He's going to stick the bomb. He can't do it. He doesn't have a kit. He's got to guess which side the T's coming from, and the CZ goes down. Imp can't do it for BackFire, and Eco's back to back, and now it's BackFire who's going to save.
That was lucky on the part of Heat. I don't know if you noticed, but Frisco had a TK there, and that's what actually made it that 1 versus 1 or 1 versus 2, and then Imp was able to pick up the kill with the auto shotgun. So a big mistake that could have punished Heat.
I didn't
instead,
even catch
it ends up working out. I mean, it came down to a 1v1, and they just made the right call. And yet again, another A take right here. They're going to have 3 storming up stairs. Oh my gosh, BackFire gets that first frag. That's double taking down Audra, but here come the kills for Heat. Frisco, Prism, Thou Wow. Oh my goodness, it's just all falling apart. But Fruit is there to respond. Playing from triple box with the P250, he's going to get pushed from Tomcho over in Connector. So no more eco round victories for either of these teams. Heat taking round number 4 there. And it wasn't necessarily the cheapest round for them, losing 3 players to the pistols of BackFire. And because of the way these eco rounds have bounced back and forth, BackFire is going to be able to afford a buy here. And it'll be the first time we've seen rifles versus rifles.
Yeah, finally a gun round from both teams. I'm wondering what the record is for back-to-back ecos, because that would have been interesting. And yeah, let's see here. Finally, a mid presence from Heat now. I was wondering if there was some sort of agreement between these two teams, whether we're just going to go A the entire half. But finally, seeing them spread out, and it's going to be Heat who claims first blood. That op finally coming out middle, doing some damage before Imp responds inside of the tunnels, and he actually is going to fall back here. So even trade so far in this round. It's going to be up to the T's to initiate now, unless this cat player for BackFire wants to get a little greedy. He doesn't have any assistance here. So only one middle, and they're making their way up Connector here. Frisco, but his teammate is dropped inside of the ramp room. So Heat here now down one's got to make their way up. The Connector is just taking way too long to come up. Finally, Frisco gets one, but now the bomb. He's got to make his way up Catwalk. It's going to be Toy who's waiting there for him. They do have a window here. Fowow just needs to get this pick into the B bomb site. He misses his shot, wide open, and then Toy drops him. That's going to be the round unless Frisco has something to say about it. In the 1-on-3. Making his way up Catwalk. He does take down Toy, but the trade there for Imp. BackFire right back at Heat 2-3, and this match is just as back and forth as it gets.
This is a slug match. A slug fest, I should say. It's neither round that we've seen these teams win recently has been clean. It's come down to close plays, 2v2s, 1v2s. It's just so painful. Every round hurts the economy, and you're going to see that taking its effect on the CT side. They have 2 FAMAS. I mean, they were able to save some guns in the last round. One of the neat plays I want to talk about, Fruit picked up the AWP from double that he dropped in window, tossed it through the vents so Demise could take it over to CT by ticket booth. I don't think that Heat was ready for that. And here comes Heat, though, into the A bomb site. Fruit's going to take out 2. That's Odra and Tomcho down. Demise is going to get one more. That's Fowow. Toy picks off Prism. Prism, the only kill on the round for the side of Heat. Was able to find the head of Fruit. Frisco gets a nice shot onto Demise with the P250. He's going to take the duel against double, and he is going to lose. So that's going to be BackFire tying things up here in round number 6. That was an eco from Heat, and a pretty standard one at that, picking up 2 kills, no bomb plant. So we'll see what they do here in round 7. They have kind of enough money to buy. They could force up, but it looks like we're going to see another eco.
Yeah, a few Tech 9s, a few smokes, definitely doable. But man, double here with the AWP. I was watching him that entire round, and he was 0 for 3 shots when they were coming into the site. So potentially Heat could have a good battle there against him at middle if he's going to continue hopping like that. But look at this from BackFire. Got 2 members pushing up middle, 1-1 in the sights. If he takes into B here quickly, which it doesn't look like they are, it might get flanked, but they do have a nice timing here to hit the B bomb site. But now their presence out A is drawing all the BackFire members to go towards A, and it's going to be up to the 1 member inside of the B bomb site. He's got a hold. The rotate is now on. Cheeky flash doesn't pan out, but still he has to lock B down just for the time being before the rotate gets there. Demise, he does his job, gets the first one. The rotate is now there. Heat missed the window. An easy cleanup for BackFire. That's as good as it gets. Everybody survives into the next round, and we might see BackFire start to pull away here if they could develop their economy just a bit more.
It was a nice try by Heat going for the fake strategy, and it almost worked. They did pull those players out of mid. That aggressive push in mid could have backfired because they would have repped back to Connector assuming it was an A play, but they got the kills on A too easily, and that gave them all the information they needed. So once they realized it's only 2 players, it's kind of a standard for the B take, and the players on B executed basically right when those players at A realized it was only 2. So it just didn't pan out. We're going to see BackFire getting aggressive in mid yet again. They're going to take down Prism. Oger's going to be there for the response, take out Imp, and he's going to get Fruit as well. So the trades go the way of Heat right now. It's a 4v3, double with an Optimize with an AK, Toy with the M4, so definitely a nice variety of weapons on the side of BackFire. Looks like they're going to be going for a B play right now. Toy just underneath the window gets the first one out. Oger there for another. That's 3 on the round for him. He's looking for that ace right now. Both players in market, Demise and Double with the Optimize with the AK. Demise is going to end Oger's spree at 3. He's going to take down Foe as well, so that's going to make it a 2v1, and I can't believe this is panning out for BackFire right now after Oger had such a strong round. It all comes down to Double and Tomcho, and Double wins with that op. So that's 5-3 now. BackFire over Heat, and it's going to put Heat into an awkward buy situation again. They could try to force up, get some Galils on the board, and it looks like they might do that. They're going to go for a couple AKs and some pistol play on Foe. So not necessarily the best buy, but they realize they need to stop the bleeding. The money on the CT side is just getting too good, and they need to start putting rounds on the board.
And middle has been kind of lackluster for BackFire, and they're going to send a few players middle again. I was commenting before, Double all not necessarily on point. There it is. He does take down the first one. Silencing me for the time being before he's traded off, though. Great job so far by Heat. They also got a frag inside of the B apartments, but there's still a bunch of people inside of A for Heat. They're still trying to take into the bomb site. And BackFire here spread pretty thin, but Fruit finds the frag under balcony. Trades again. Heat, this is a slugfest, man. Just back and forth between these two teams. Pretty much every round has been close. But now Frisco is making his way up middle with the bomb. They're going to be pinching into A. BackFire trying to rotate. Oger opens up the A bomb site. The rotate is already on its way, though. It's Toy in the 1 versus 3. Bomb is going down, but he couldn't do this. He has good positioning on this. Terrorists have to be careful here. Don't know exactly where Toy is coming from. And if Toy can find just one before he has to enter, that would be nice for him. And there's also going to be a flanking jungle incoming from Heat, though. So all this time is burning away. Toy does have a kit, and he can't find any of the T's right now. I love the patient play from Heat. They're not giving Toy anything to work with. And before Toy sees anybody, he's already got to stick the ninja defuse. He's going for it. They got to start spamming. He might just get this. And he robs them 6-3 for BackFire. That's Heat's best chance in a while. And it is taken away by a ninja defuse.
So would you just say that the round there from Heat backfired?
Yep.
I feel like Ricky probably would have made that joke. I need to bring that out as well.
Right.
That was
spirit.
textbook setup from Heat. They had the triangle of doom. The player in Palace, the player on ramp, and a player in window, and they were all so patient. They were so far back. But they started that retreat so early, assuming he was saving, and that's what happens. He sticks the bomb, gets the defuse, wins the round for BackFire. Because they got the bomb and 4 kills, they're going to be able to buy up yet again, and it's actually a pretty good buy at that, thanks to the loss bonus as well. Foe gets that off, and he uses it to take down Double early in the round. Oger is going to do what he's been doing all game, take out Toy as well. He's been playing fantastic Counter-Strike thus far, sitting at 8-7, tied for top fragger with Tomcho right now. Heat, very patiently right now, just not really committing to either site. Looks like they're going to be moving that bomb over towards A, where they do have a 2-man hold, and I believe that is Fruit and Demise. Demise pushing up in Palace. He's going to get all the information here, let his team know exactly what's happening. He's going to take out Oger, so that is that strong player for Heat down, and he's going to be in awesome position here to help shut this down, as they're going to have a decent crossfire from CT and Palace. Fruit, meanwhile, in sight, sitting in Cubby. Prism takes out Imp, though. Frisco drops Demise, but look at the patient play from Fruit. Fruit takes his time. Unfortunately, it doesn't pan out. He was trying to line those shots up with the FAMAS, and unfortunately, I believe it was Frisco who turned just in time to catch him out. Couldn't take down Foe either, so that's going to be the round for Heat. And this is just going back and forth because of the way the rounds have been going, despite the fact that BackFire has had a successful string of 5 rounds. They're going to be ecoing after only 2 losses because of the constant need to rebuy. So definitely a close game, a very exciting one to watch.
Based upon how things have been going, wouldn't surprise me to see an eco right now. The apartments player for Heat's got to step it up, otherwise it is going to be an AK in the hands of BackFire, but Prism not giving it up so easily. And already BackFire down 2 men, as Heat has barely made their way into the bomb site finally. Oh my god, 3 frags, quick succession for BackFire. Suddenly it down to a 2-on-2. BackFire with the A stack. Wait so long to push the ramp when they finally do. Heat was caught unawares, and now down to a 2-on-2. Unfortunately for BackFire, they got to spread this pretty thin because Heat has all the time in the world to fall back to one of the bomb sites here. It's up to Heat to decide where they want to go. They got to try double all at B or Toy at A, and Toy's kind of rotating back, so I'm not sure if BackFire has a read on this or what. Toy's playing this very dangerously, but now here comes Heat into B.
And wise play from Oja there, picking up that AWP and dropping it over the window. They know how good double can be with it, so they don't want to give it up too easily. Here comes the retake right now. They're not even letting the bomb go down. Double takes down Oja. That is the planter, and he's going to drop the bomb before he can get it down. So now it's down to Tomcho here in a 1v2. He's able to find double, makes it a 1v1. Toy versus Tomcho. Toy has no armor and an AK. Tomcho, he swears this man is in window. He's going to try and get that plant in the corner, and Toy should be able to hear it out. And he's in wonderful position to shut this down. The AK spray connects, and that's going to be another round for BackFire. So even though BackFire is up 7-4 right now, it's important to understand this is a super close game. This score could easily be 7-4 Heat over BackFire.
Yeah, easily. Just a couple rounds went a little differently, but Heat still is able to buy here. And CT is still not out of an economical danger. So if he can take this, it wouldn't surprise me to see in Heat 8-7 and more presence at middle from Heat. They don't really bring any oppers there, and that is questionable. They do have full out there now. Let's see if he can get the pick on to double all. Everything's smoked up for the time being, but Heat is going to be relying on these middle players to open things up for them. And they do have the bomb way in the back by their spawn, so not looking to take anything too quickly. Plenty of time left on this round. And double all. It's up to him, in my opinion. This guy has been quiet the past couple matches that I've seen him. And from before, the man went crazy with the AWP. So kind of silent. I'd like to see him step it up. And now Heat running out of time a little bit. Going to have to eventually start making their moves. Deciding where to bring the bomb, and it looks like it is going to be an A take eventually. Making his way all the way over there, but I don't like this from Heat. They're pressuring into A without having any presence at middle and no backup for the A players, and now suddenly down 2 players when they finally are going to make their way in, and another falls. So falling apart for Heat, and now in a 1 versus 5. Oh wow, not going to be able to do anything. And Heat, I like that they were trying to go with their mid control, but man, not a single frag, and kind of too much staggered timing with their takes.
Yeah, and double picks up the 4K on the round with that AWP. It's going to put Heat on another eco round here, but as we know, the Tech 9 is just so broken that a eco round as a CT, an anti-eco, it's not a guaranteed victory. We aren't going to see these players pick up armor, though, but they are going to go for that classic eco strategy on Mirage, which is basically just a praying train straight out of apartments. They're going to try and get the bomb down, maybe overwhelm the guy Van, because usually it's a one-man hold, and we do see Toy, the only man in sight right now. He's going to have to lock this down, but look at Imp on the flank. Could be a big play if he's able to get there in time to help out his boy Toy. Toy right around the corner of that bomb. He knows it's going down. He's going to try and take out the planter. Not able to get there in time, but Imp on the flank. Double with the AWP. Toy gets one before being traded out by Foe, and there it is. Fruit and Double picking up the last 2 kills on Foe and Prism, and that's the round for BackFire again. 9-4 now. That's the cleanest round we've seen in a while for either squad. The last 2 rounds have been very good for BackFire. Heat sort of falling apart here in the middle of this game, and it'll be interesting to see if this continues and BackFire walks away with this, or if Heat's going to be able to regain some of this. And some of the things that I've seen right now is just very sloppy timing from Heat. It's not that their players are bad. It's not that their players don't know what they're doing. It's just the coordination, the communication maybe just needs to be dialed in a little bit tighter.
His boy Toy, huh? His boy
Did
Toy.
I say boy
like
Toy?
It. Yeah, you did. You said boy Toy.
I did say boy Toy. Well, he is. I guess that's what it is. Boy Toy.
Yeah. So Heat now, yeah, like you were saying, kind of lackluster so far in recent times. Oh, but there it is. Wow switches things up, and he goes B apartments with the AWP, and I'm sure he got Imp on the jump peak. I'm not exactly sure what was happening. Looks like Imp did try to push into the tunnel. So what does Heat do with this early advantage here? They've gone A the past couple of rounds. We haven't seen them go B really on these gun rounds recently. So rotating that AWP back towards the A bomb site. They still have 1 player inside of middle. Is he going to go down? They get peeked. Oh, Frisco. He gets 1 before he's traded off. So this A bomb site take is not going to be any weaker. And there's only 1 in the site. It's going to be Demise. And BackFire. Looks like they're going to go with a very long flank. And one of the players at middle needs to get over to the A bomb site right now. There's tons of information saying they're not B. He's got to get over to A. Otherwise, this CT spawn player is going to be in trouble.
And we're going to see the default smokes right now, so Double's basically going to be useless right now, but that flank player is going to be the big one for the round. That's Toy coming in hard on the flank. He's got to be careful, though. Foe might hear him. He's creeping up on Foe. Foe has no idea he's coming. And look at the patience from Toy here. Not shooting, knowing exactly what he's got. He's going to take down Foe. Goes for the peek on Prison. Takes him down as well. Oger's finally there to shut that down. Makes it a 2v2, though. Excellent play from Toy on the flank. Tomcho in sight. Gets dropped by Demise. And now it's on Oger, the man who's been doing very good for Heat so far. He's got 28 HP and a Dream. AK in hand. Gets the first one. Double with the 5-7. Able to take him down. So that's the round for BackFire. It does appear that BackFire has lost a player, so not sure if that played any kind of effect in that round or not. BackFire still looking pretty good, though. 10-4 right now over Heat. And right now, it's basically just the close rounds just squeaking out for BackFire. Either they've won by an impressive margin, or it's been a very close one. So even they're winning a lot of rounds, I wouldn't necessarily say they're dominating Heat. It's just that Heat seems to lack that closeout potential. They're not closing out the rounds.
Yeah, BackFire, perhaps just a little bit of a slow start, as we saw them struggling early against Heat. But now, finding all these rounds, every single one of them recently, and hopefully for Heat, they got a very strong CT side, because BackFire, I know is, I mean, you got to give them at least 5 rounds on the next half. So Heat is going to have to start with that pistol round and just hope from there. We do have our 5th back in the server, and now Heat with their last chance this half, trying to make it a 10-5. And where did they go with it? They've gotten shut down at A. So many gun rounds. I'd really like to see them take towards the A or the B bomb site, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. Perhaps a mid to B split, and looks like that is the case. But again, BackFire, continuous aggression across the map. This time it is going to be towards B, and I don't think any. Oh my god, he has all 3 of them lined up. 1, 2, spamming down the 3rd. Toy single-handedly, silently wins the round for BackFire. Only 1 player up, and man, that's as good as a flank as it gets.
I don't know if you saw that shot from Double. That was through the smoke, completely blind. He's just spamming the smoke, and they walked right into it. Toy on the flank, the big player for the round for BackFire. Both of those guys stepping it up big to shut that push down. That's the first time I think they've gone for a B take that wasn't an eco, so I think they could have caught BackFire off guard potentially, but it just didn't work. And it's something that I've seen on this map quite a bit. I'd say that the T side in general, it's almost a 90-10 split. They go A 90% of rounds, B 10%, and usually that's an eco. So I was hoping that would work out for Heat, but it doesn't. They're going to drop the half 11-4. BackFire chaining a lot of rounds there together at the end.
Yeah, and I think it's a threat you want to put into the opposition's head earlier, that they're willing to take B on gun rounds on a straight-up take, because if you get into the rhythm of, you know, the CTs are obviously going to be able to read when you're buying, and if you only go to B on eco rounds, you know, it doesn't play into the mind games as well as throwing at least one of those B gun rounds in there. But nonetheless, 11-4, and now Heat needs this pistol round, otherwise they're going to be looking at 14-4, have no cushion, and BackFire pretty much could put it away right here with this pistol round win.
Absolutely, absolutely. BackFire needs to just dominate this pistol round, set the pace for the second half. I mean, obviously, if they win this pistol round, they're going to be staring down back-to-back anti-ecos from Heat, and then they're going to be potentially up 14-4, which is kind of like a magic scoreline. You can get very comfortable there, but in the same sense, you can get very comfortable so much so that you let the other team come back. So you got to be careful not to get too comfortable. If Heat wins this round, though, yes, if Heat wins this round, though, it could swing things all around. And guess what take we're seeing here from BackFire? It is an A take, and the default nonetheless.
That's
Smokes are going to rain out in just a second here. Going to smoke off jungle and stairs and probably CT as well. Imp, though, over in B takes out the entire defense. Frisco and Tomcho are down. So even though the 3 players here from the CT side of Heat are all stuck in CT waiting for this bomb to go down, they're going to get flanked if they're not careful by Imp.
Yeah, and all 3 Heat members just kind of have a triangle trying to hold out in the CT spawn. They're getting flanked. BackFire, Imp pretty much single-handedly took the B bomb site by himself, and now Heat still in this predicament, only have control of the spawn. They got to walk across a firing squad from BackFire to even enter the bomb site. All 3 of them go down, and pretty much those past 2 rounds have been as bad as it gets. Just a series of unfortunate events, one after the other for Heat. and their pistol round, they do lose to BackFire. And in my opinion, you got to go for this round. Buyout. You got enough for one scout, and you don't really have the rounds. You got to claim the victory right here, because you got to imagine BackFire is going to get at least a couple gun rounds, and they're going to full save. They want to battle it out when they do have the guns. Can't blame them for it. I guess some teams will do it. You know, we see forces so often now, it's almost become like the standard.
Well, the meme is basically, or not the meme, what am I talking about? The meta is basically that if you pistol armor in the second round, you can afford to buy in the fourth round anyway, so it doesn't matter. And if they had it here, it might have worked out, because look at the buy from BackFire. 2 shotguns, an UMP, a MAC-10, and an AK, and the AK is the only gun they lose, so I mean, a pistol armor round would have worked out wonderfully. Instead, it's going to be a round for BackFire right now, as it's all on Tomcho. A 4v1. Imp, 2 frags on that Nova, going to be sitting pretty rich. Demise gets 2 with the MAC-10 as well, so really good round there for BackFire to build some money, but if they had pistol armored that round, it would have been the round to do it. Instead, they're going to force up here and go for FAMASs, and it's going to be a rough round for them.
Yeah, I would have liked to see it last round, I guess, but now, still with these inferior weapons, so it still has the same effect, I would say, because Heat is pretty much fully bought up at this point. And BackFire is still holding on to some of these shotguns as well as a UMP. So Heat, massive opportunity here to give themselves a chance in this match. There's BackFire, only 3 rounds away from taking it. And BackFire is going to be working towards A. They are all fully stocked with nades, so this is going to be very potent A take for the Heat setup. They only got 1 in the site, 2 in the connector area, but they do have the better weapons. Here comes BackFire trying to make their way in. Trades favoring Heat now. Only 2 up. BackFire still yet to make their way in. Demise does have an AK, and all 3 of the Heat members are not in the bomb site. 1 CT, 2 coming up connector. So BackFire has to get a good setup here. They gotta get that shotgun into a position where it's going to be useful. And Demise with the AK, he's got to get the picks. Demise now peeking into the connector. The shotgun still stuck in the bomb site. Both of them fall, and it is going to be a Heat round. And yeah, but now BackFire still going to be able to buy, and with only 1 of their members, he'll be able to get dropped. So BackFire still able to buy, and now Heat still not in a great economical position.
Yeah, they're going to be able to save an M4 and an AK, but looking at the rest of their money, it's going to be a really weak buy. There's going to be a lot of players picking up the FAMAS. Obviously, those players that survived are going to help, but we're going to see, actually, we're only going to see, it looks like 1 FAMAS, which is surprising. We're going to have, I think it looks like 4 M4s on the board, so not too bad. It's 3 M4s and an AK, so not bad at all for Heat. On the other side, obviously, they have plenty of money, so a decent buy, better than I would have expected, and they actually have some mollies, plenty of nades, only 2 kits, so we'll see how that plays out. And obviously, the body armor versus head armor debate is something we've had quite a bit. When you're playing on the CT side, you don't necessarily need to get that head armor because the AK is a one-shot kill. And looky here, we have a default A-take from BackFire, and we'll see how things pan out for them here.
Yeah, shocking decision from BackFire. But they're making their way into the site. I liked Heat setup until the smokes come in, so this is going to be an easy take for BackFire. The 1 member trapped in the bomb site has no assistance whatsoever. If it's going to come, they got to rush to the smoke. Prism tries his luck. He goes down. Wow, 2 trades to his name, but Toy ends his life, and suddenly 2 on 3. Heat here, not in a terrible position, just down 1 player, but the bomb has already been planted, and they had apt time to get to their chosen post-plant positions. Heat, it's going to be really tough for them to engage, because BackFire is really set up to trade. They got 1 in the sandwich, 1 in the apartment, 1 firebox. Heat trying to make their way in, but he doesn't check sandwich. There's an Imp who gets the first one. Frisco fully blind. He doesn't know where to look. And BackFire, very simple but well executed plan, taking into the A bomb site. And now Heat on the save yet again in a round that they really can't afford to lose.
That was excellent post-plant position there from BackFire, getting into that like triangular position. They had 1, I believe, Palace, 1 Cubby, and 1 Firebox, if I'm not mistaken, and that's just so hard to get past. And you saw they had an opportunity. That player in sight got in, but just couldn't find that player in Cubby, just didn't spot him early enough. So it's going to be an eco here for Heat, and it's the worst possible time for them. They're down already 14-5, so they're basically going to be handing BackFire the 15th round, assuming they don't pull off this almost ridiculous eco here. They have not a single thing bought on the board. All default pistols, USPs, P2000s, etc. The push is on from BackFire right now. They're walking into connector. Prism right around the corner with 22 HP and a USP. He's going to try and do something. Not going to do much, though. Tom Cho gets spammed through the edge of the smoke by Demise. Toy's going to get foe. Imp dies to his own molly. And Double gets the last frag of the round. So Imp with the self-barbecue. Doesn't really matter, though. They're going to be able to buy up, and it's going to be 15-5 Heat, looking at a very... or 15-5 Backfire over Heat, looking at a somewhat desperate buy here from Heat.
Yeah, Imp sacrificing himself to the CS gods to ensure no comeback. And now Backfire just one round away from sending Heat home and out of our tournament. Because this is lower bracket, best of one. What a terrible way to go out. We're just ruthless here at RGN. Best of one eliminations. And now Heat. They do have a full buy at least. They did save up. They didn't buy a thing last round. And now they're going to try to win it out. 10 rounds they got to take in succession. Got to play perfect from this point with Backfire. They're doing a great job so far on the T side. Oh no. Oger goes down right away. They try to continue this mid-aggression. It doesn't pan out. Prism though gets one more. But Heat, okay, they got two. The A-bomb side has been halted for now. But look at this Backfire take. It's just so kind of awkward. They take two members into the site. Imp and Fruit look to be AFK. What's going on?
This is interesting. Is one of these players getting disconnected here? Is that what we're seeing? Because Imp still sitting in spawn. He's got an AK, but he didn't buy, and that's going to be devastating for their money. You can see Imp was actually the one that had the least amount of money on the side of Backfire, so he got an AK dropped for him, but he didn't buy armor. My assumption is that he got dropped at the beginning of the round, had a problem with his PC. We don't see a pause coming from Backfire, so I'm not sure what the idea is, and there he goes. He drops. That's unfortunate. Imp is going to go down, as does one more. Oh my goodness, 2 lag outs. That's unfortunate. So I'm not sure if they lagged out or if their client crashed. That's definitely not the kind of thing we like to see. It's going to delay what I would consider to be inevitable at this point. Backfire is down now 15-6. They'd have to win 9 straight rounds to take this to overtime. Backfire has been very good on both sides of the map, so I think this is, I'd say it's pretty much GG for Backfire. It's just a matter of time before they put that 16 round up. But we are going to have a pause here. We have no idea what's happening. 2 players simultaneously disconnect, so that's definitely sad.
Yeah, what a time for it too. In all likelihood, which is the end of the match, to have this happen. So 2 players. I gotta say the B word. We're gonna take a quick break before the conclusion of this match. Hopefully, it's not the double DDoS. So we'll be right back here at GoRGN TV.